My name is Frank Lee, and it's a great honor to be here at MWC Barcelona. For more than a decade, this city has been the forum for the conference on mobile innovations. During this time, LG's focus has always been on just that, mobile innovations. And today will be no different. As we all know, 4G changed the way we lived and worked. And with those changes, our needs became more diverse. And with the arrival of 5G, it's going to push us in ways we haven't even thought of. And let's be honest, 5G is coming at a pace that it's faster than we could even have managed. So the ideal 5G smartphone will need to be able to cope with the speed of change, having the power and sophistication to be able to provide basic benefits that make life better. Now, with this wave of change on its way, it's our job to predict your mobile needs and to fulfill them. But to make this happen, we need real innovation that comes from insight and achieve the ultimate goals of making every moment, every day, better. Now, insightful innovation, that's how we refer to it at LG, is powered by insight. Figuring out the daily lives of various people, what that looks like, and seeing where we can add value to technology and design. Paying attention to how our customers, you and I, communicate with each other, and looking at how our products can meet those unexpected needs. So these innovations, for example, like Knock On, which proved to be incredibly useful and it was well received by people like yourselves and the industry overall. Please let me introduce you to our first 5G smartphone, the LG V50 ThinQ 5G. With LG V50, you can freely create and enjoy high-quality content and connect with the world of the 5G. This device will give you the chance to experience all that 5G has to offer without any constraints. Now, as with most successes and achievements, this wasn't a solo effort. Our trusted partners played a big role in helping us achieve this important milestone. So it's appropriate at this time that I introduce Michelle Combe, President and CEO of Sprint, who made this journey possible. Michelle? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Frank. Good afternoon to all of you. Wow, what an exciting day. You know, I recently went heli skiing, you know, ski with helicopter, where an helicopter drops you off at the top of the mountain in deep, powdery snow. They called it, probably for French people, the champagne snow. And then you fly down the slopes. It's a pure adrenaline rush. But I have to tell you, I really have to tell you that it doesn't even compare to how I feel at this moment today with all of you. And that's because just after about a year of planning together, we are finally realizing our dream to bring consumers a fully integrated 5G phone using the Sprint network. And the beauty is that I have this phone, which is already connected, so which is absolutely amazing. So I am super proud. I will not give it to you. I keep it for myself. Even my CTO would like to get it, but no, it's for me. So for a long time, everyone has heard about this race to 5G. But our journey is so special because Sprint and LG approached the race as true, real partners. I am incredibly proud of the work that has brought us to this point as leaders in our industry. For the past 20 years, our companies have worked side by side. During this time, 3G and 4G changed our lives. But 5G is going to change our world. And I could not be more excited about the possibilities it will unleash. And of course, we would not be here today without an amazing collaboration with Qualcomm to create the LG V50's innovative processor. This was a really unique project with a very aggressive timeline, and it involved many dedicated people. It all started when Dr. Kim reached out to Dr. So. I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor, but I have so many doctors around me. And our team in January 2018 at CES. He had an idea, Dr. Kim. He had an idea for a 5G solution that was a bit customized for our network. It was really a unique proposition, so obviously we didn't need much convincing to join forces. Engineers at LG and Sprint worked night and day until we were ready to take it to Qualcomm for their buy-in. I visited Korea in the past year, and I will never forget when I got to see the form factor for the first time, which was really, really great. Then, when Dr. So was able to reveal a prototype of this 5G phone, a prototype, it was not yet a real one, but when he was able to reveal it to Sprint employees over the summer, they were really thrilled. And that's when I knew that we had something unique in our hands and that we were going to win. I cannot wait for this spring when the first customers experience this groundbreaking 5G device paired with our new mobile 5G network. So thank you again to our fantastic partners at LG and their leader, Brian Kwon, who is with us, and to Qualcomm. It has been a wild ride, and I am ready to see where it takes us next. So thanks, and that's really the best divide. Thank you.
So, as you just saw, the LG V50 is pioneering the 5G mobile experience. We put extra consideration into a 5G smartphone because it should feature it should be fully so you can enjoy the 5G ecosystem. And know that we have ensured that it will be fast and stable, as well as containing top-notch multimedia experiences. Now, we're all talking about 5G, but the reality is there are people who are not really familiar with it. In fact, in a recent study, we found about 70% of Koreans and Americans really didn't know much about it, or didn't know about all the incredible things that 5G could offer. So today, we're going to discuss how 5G is set to change our daily lives and how we communicate. Now, 5G means things will happen in real time, break through the limitations of older technology, and bringing us a completely new experience that goes beyond just speed. Holograms, which require huge amounts of data, become possible. And strong, seamless network connections, even in crowded, busy areas, will be the norm. IoT will become a full-fledged system able to react instantaneously to one's thoughts. While the combination of flawless VR and high-definition video will introduce an ultra-realistic world previously unimaginable. We will experience a heightened sense of immersion with this truly interactive form of communications. There is no doubt that we are about to experience a future state with 5G. But in order to reach this future, we had to conquer a few challenges, going beyond our limits. Although we ran into a few difficulties, we were able to overcome these thanks to a dedicated, highly skilled team, which included our valued partners. So it's a good time now to introduce you to Dr. Kim. He's the Senior Vice President of 5G and Network Technology at LG, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the journey. Dr. Kim? So this is a real treat. And I've been working at LG for many years, and I don't actually know all that goes behind that R&D, that one building I'm never allowed to go in. So could you kind of tell us what's going on?
By the way, I'm so excited to be here at this meaningful moment, introducing the LG V50 ThinQ 5G smartphone.
You know, it's a really tremendous opportunity. We saw how excited Michelle was just minutes ago. Talk to us about this journey, how this became a milestone for us.
Actually, as Michelle mentioned earlier, a key moment occurred during a meeting at CS18. At the time, Sprint believed it was impossible for them to launch 5G in this particular time frame because there was not a technical solution to meet their unique requirement. Fortunately, our experience, being the first to offer both 4G and 3G, allowed us to be in a unique position to offer a solution to Sprint. We had to consider, at the same time, entire global 5G ecosystem and solution, and knew we needed Qualcomm to support it, but felt confident that it would work. That particular discussion was a springboard for where we are today, working with our partners to introduce LG V50 ThinQ 5G in the first half of this year.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, it's incredible. Like, we're acknowledging all the partners. It's just it definitely wasn't a solo event. So, you know what I'd like to do? Let's invite Jim Tran. He's the Senior Vice President of Handset Products at Qualcomm to also begin to tell a little bit more about the story. Jim?
Hi, Jim. How are you doing?
Hello, Jim. Thank you so much for joining us. Please have a seat. So again, huge honor to have both of you here. Really rare it is to be able to go peel back the layers and to be behind the actual engineering brain trust, right? So tell us, you know, what were some of the challenges you faced as you began this journey for 5G?
Well, our collaboration with LG has always been exciting and a meaningful one. And you're correct, there were definitely a lot of challenges to overcome in order to get ready for the beginning of 5G, which is new for everyone. Early on this stage, Sprint talked about a 5G network that we worked on together. However, prior to the first 5G smartphone for sub-6 being announced in North America, the best minds of LG, Sprint, and Qualcomm gathered together to brainstorm on how to deliver 5G.
Hey, Jim, we made it possible.
That's right.
I believe our successful journey to find a solution to the mid-band frequency was only made possible because we, the carrier, technology provider, and device manufacturer were all on the same page.
Wow, it seemed like you guys definitely spent a lot of time together, enjoyed working together. When I think about this collaborative effort, what was the main focus?
Oh yes, we were focused on building a legacy that includes the world-first commercialization of LTE and the leadership in LTE technology, and more importantly, to introduce the LG V50 ThinQ 5G in the first half of 2019. We also have a common goal to bring about 5G commercializations in the US, in South Korea, in here, Europe, Japan, even Australia, and other markets and territories as well. This is not the end of the story, by the way. In addition to providing the first 5G smartphones, we are also acting as partner to provide guidance and solutions for 5G network strategy and deployment for network providers all around the world.
Yes, in fact, to add to that, Qualcomm and LG have worked closely together for over 20 years, encompassing 3G and 4G. And for 5G, we worked in harmony yet again. LG and Qualcomm engineers closely collaborated on the entire system that ultimately was adopted for commercial launch. This is a great example of the close relationship that we have.
You are absolutely right, Jim. We also collaborated in SUGI to standardize the optimum RF front-end structures and performance specs required for 5G mobile devices.
Well, obviously, I probably understood half of that, but I can appreciate the complexity behind this. When they look at this collaboration, what else is in store? What are you guys planning now?
That is a great question, Frank. Together with Qualcomm, we'll continue to provide worldwide 5G solutions and meet the challenges of implementing them on our devices. We are so fortunate to have gained the trust of our partners and customers who believe in our technical skills of LG. So we'll continue to do our best to reward this trust.
Yeah, to its that, Qualcomm and LG have had a shared vision for innovation. In the new 5G landscape, we will continue to work together and cooperate closely with each other. For example, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 mobile platform packs industry-leading performance and power efficiency for a new decade of 5G, AI, and XR experiences. LG is well positioned to flourish in the transition to 5G, powered by the first commercial 5G mobile platform, the Snapdragon 855 with our X50 5G modem and RF front-end solutions.
Wow, I mean, that's impressive. And of course, we know that LG is also bringing the Google Lens and intelligence right onto the camera. So when you're previewing your shot, it will scan text, OCRs, barcodes, and that's possible because it's going to speed up by almost 4 times faster because it's driven by the AI acceleration that's made possible by your 4th generation Qualcomm AI engine.
Yes, that's correct. Our 4th generation AI engine features dedicated hexagon tensor accelerator, something new that was added to give the AI application an additional performance boost. Our new Spectra 380 ISP also adds numerous hardware accelerator computer vision capabilities and will help enable some of the most colorful and stunning videos and photos on the V50. Enabling the world's first computer vision ISP to provide cutting-edge video capture and offering up to 4x the power savings with hours of video recording.
You know, and as you describe this computer vision and the processing capabilities, I'm thinking about gaming. I know for most of us in the audience, mobile gaming is a big deal. I believe I'll have something else to share along those lines in a few minutes from now, but let me know a bit about the gaming capabilities.
Yeah, absolutely. The V50 delivers the best mobile gaming, Qualcomm Snapdragon Elite gaming. It delivers 20% increase in GPU performance and includes a full arsenal of advanced hardware, software features that are highly optimized for the ultimate gaming experience.
Wow. You know, Dr. Kim, I'm just wondering, you know, you guys have been working on this project. When I say 5G, what comes to mind for you? What's important to you?
At LG, we believe in multimedia, creating content, broadcasting live, etc. Those are the applications that are most relevant to our 5G product today.
Well, you know, I'm actually excited because I'm going to talk more about that a little bit. And, you know, I just want to thank both of you for joining us this evening. It's a huge peek into what goes into developing a 5G product. Thank you so much, Dr. Kim.
Thank
Jim.
you.
So the thing is, the expectations for 5G smartphones are extremely high. And we've thought long and hard about what a phone would need to deliver on in order to meet these expectations and to deliver access to everything that 5G will be able to offer. So we're already talking about how 5G will change lives with faster speeds and greater efficiency, and thankfully, we've already made practical innovations in place to support the power, heat, and even the aesthetic needs to accomplish this. Now, beyond that, as Dr. Kim mentioned, in this first chapter of 5G, we're focused on how the V50's enhanced multimedia experiences can support every element of creating great content. So yes, that means a beautiful 6.4-inch OLED full vision display that lets people view content in the most lifelike colors, but also means high definition content. And again, of course, the next generation content formats such as AR, VR, and MR. Now delivered to you, of course, through 5G speeds. But we had to answer the question of how to bring all these multimedia features to life in a way that would be of value to you and practical. So we found a way to nearly double the size of the screen to give you the flexibility to enjoy content and multitasking like never before. So as a companion to V50, I introduce to you the LG dual screen. I'm excited. Dual screen can act as a virtual controller, freeing up an entire display to make the experience more immersive. This innovation will change how people game on mobile. The next generation of storytelling is going to be more lifelike in various formats and delivered to users with ultra-fast 5G speeds. Now, dual screen will offer users the flexibility to enjoy all of this content and multitask like never before. The dual screen for V50 casts off the limitations of a single display device, enabling you and I to enjoy multitasking as it should be. Checking your emails, checking the news, playing a game, you should be able to do that all at the same time. But we've also pulled through many of our other practical innovations to ensure that the V50 experience is complete. LG has continued to consider audio an essential element for creating realistic, immersive experiences. You just have to look at all our innovations around audio and speak to the leading audio professionals to see that the value we have placed on continuing to provide unmatched sound quality. For the V50 ThinQ, you have the acclaimed Boombox Speaker, DTS-X, and of course the Hi-Fi Quad DAC, all found in previous LG devices. They've been incorporated again in V50. And of course, in order to support all these connections and multimedia experiences, we need to have a device that has the structure to manage the power needs, the heat, and of course, the aesthetics. Well, we've accounted for all those as well. 5G technology boasts 10 times the speed of LTE and reduces the time it takes to send a 10-second video to under 1 second. At the same quality, you could send 10 videos in 10 seconds, or you could make the quality of that video 10 times better. Now, obviously, the weight and thickness of the mobile device cannot be increased indefinitely just to boost battery capacity. So in order to ensure enough battery capacity to allow for extended periods of use, and without sacrificing design, we improved the efficiency by 20% and increased the charging speed by over 50% compared to V40. Now, we prioritized the product's internal thermal design and included our advanced heat dissipation system, first used in the LG G6, as you may recall, and received acclaim from users and industry experts. And so, for our first 5G smartphone, we designed a heat pipe that is 270% larger than that of V40. We also consider how to effectively deal with heat from the very start of the design process. And this focus has enabled our 5G smartphone to maintain a temperature equivalent to that of a 4G product. That's an achievement. And finally, because of this, you may wonder, man, are we going to revert back to chunky smartphones that we saw back 10 years ago? Well, we're really aware of this, and accordingly, we have implemented a very slim design with a weight of 183 grams and a width of 8.3 millimeters. It also boasts a sophisticated color scheme and design as well. So there you have it. We've just heard all about the extremely well-made LG V50 ThinQ 5G, which will deliver an uncompromising 5G experience. Now, let's move on to chapter 2 in this story. And for this, I would like to invite one of our product experts onto the stage to tell us more about our second innovation today and our newest LG G Series smartphone.
Great video, right? I am Dave Montagna, Product Manager and Evangelist at LG. So, as you just saw, LG has led the evolution of how we interact with phones. There was a time when we used to dial, tapped on a keypad to enter numbers, and now we couldn't imagine using a mobile without a touchscreen. And I got a question for you. Could anyone tell me who released the world's first touchscreen phone? It was LG. So, drawing on our experience of finding new, more convenient ways to interact with our devices, we come up with an insightful innovation that will usher in a new mobile experience once again. How many of you start your mornings by checking your smartphone? And I do. I find it hard to remember a time when this wasn't the first thing I did in the morning after shutting off my alarm. And throughout the day, I wake my phone to check up on one thing after another. According to a recent trend report, we wake our smartphones up 110 times a day on average. 56% of users check their smartphones before going to bed, and 75% check again as soon as they get up. The key word for adding a new dimension to the way that we use our phones is depth. As mentioned, we moved on from dials and keypads to using touchscreens. We as humans interact with the world around us using our ability to perceive space and distance. But ironically, our interaction with phones is still two-dimensional. The C camera recognizes the user's hand when positioned about 15 to 20 centimeters above the display, and it doesn't recognize when your hand is out of the range. This new way of interaction is made possible by time-of-flight technology. There has never been a Z camera before. All cameras have captured images by recognizing subjects in two dimensions on the X and the Y axis. That's why the distance between the lens and subject has never been important until now. So, this is the perfect time to introduce Infineon, our trusted innovation partner who closely worked with us on this technology. Let's have a short introduction. Alright, that was a great video. So please welcome on stage Mr. Philip Shearstead from Infineon. Welcome, great to see you.
Well, this is all what the excitement is all about. This is our Real 3 time-of-flight image sensor.
Well, thank you for being here tonight, Philip.
광양입니다. 감사합니다. For those who don't speak as fluently Korean as I do, this means we are very honored to be invited. And David, and to the whole of LG, congratulations to this amazing G8 smartphone.
Well, thank you, Philip. After this inspiring video, would you please tell us a little bit more about the 3D time-of-flight technology?
Sure. Time of flight stands for the time needed for the photon to travel from the camera to the object and then back to the real 3 image sensor. Sounds simple. But as simplicity rules the world, that's the great part. And it also enables a very secure smartphone user interaction. We have, together with our partner PMD Technology, built and optimized the Real 3, and we are together happy to announce this amazing camera capabilities that the Real 3 has.
Oh wow, so you're really saying that time of flight can change mobile security? Are there any other 3D technologies out there today?
Well, time of flight is definitely the most secure and more secure than 2D methods. If you compare it to other stereoscopic 3D technologies, such as structured light, it reduces the amount of key components from 3 to 2. As such, the time-of-flight application is more reliable, it is smaller in size, and it is more cost competitive. And in addition, we have actually reduced the power drain enormously. So it ticks off every box on your smartphone wish list. And David, there's one more thing.
Go on.
The Real 3 includes a patented feature that neutralizes bright sunlight. So no more restrictions using your G8 smartphone outside.
Wow, thank you. That is impressive indeed. So how do you think this could change our lives in the future?
Well, the Real 3 kind of creates a more natural, I would say more intuitive interaction with your smartphone. It kind of anticipates your moves, your intentions, and kind of works accordingly. And also it ends the limitations of the 2 dimensions. If you use a 2D camera and you take a picture, you just take a picture. If you use a 3D real camera, then you are in the middle of your real environment.
Wow, sounds like time of flight will become the next big trend. So you've been working closely with LG regarding this topic, and could you share some other collaborations that we've had?
Well, we have been working with LG very closely since 2012, and we've been actively sharing data and insights on the TOF technology. The fact that LG has chosen the time-of-flight technology shows their deep understanding of the Real 3 potentials. And we are very proud and we are very excited to now kickstart this TOF-ization trend and to enable smart and value-adding 3D use cases to everyone and everywhere.
Wow. Great, thank you very much for these insights. Take care.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, a single user case would not be enough to introduce the Z camera thoroughly. First and foremost, let's talk about security. The LG G8 ThinQ presents a totally new, differentiated security system. And here I'm proud to introduce Hand ID. Even though most of us probably don't stay up at night worrying about smartphone security, it is something that we highly prioritize at LG, given that our devices hold so much personal information. We're seeing trends that the younger generations of smartphones users are becoming more likely to utilize biometric multi-factor authentication to improve personal security. According to a recent report, 67% of respondents are now using biometrics, and 87% said that they would use the technology in the future. In line with these trends, biometric authentication is now deeply integrated into the mobile and PIN tech fields. So we here brought in vein authentication for the first time because we feel it's important to offer users the best possible security solutions. And as easy as familiar as fingerprint authentication, vein authentication is being welcomed as a form of biometric authentication that will greatly strengthen security, making unauthorized access extremely difficult. The probability of two people having the same vein structure is less than 1 in 1 billion, which means that this is more secure than a fingerprint authentication. Meanwhile, time-of-flight helps with security when it comes to unlocking via facial recognition. Time-of-flight can't be tricked with photos, as it recognizes space and depth, meaning that it can't easily be hacked. The vein authentication identifies the structure of individual blood veins since they absorb infrared light. And this makes it hard to forge or counterfeit compared to fingerprint authentication. It's equally hard to forge 3D face authentication since it isn't possible to hack with photos. The new biometric solution is safe, fast, and very convenient. Furthermore, we also took into account various usage environments and other variables. For example, you can authenticate even when the phone is resting on a table, just by putting your palm above it. You can now use V50 ThinQ in situations when it's usually inconvenient to use the touchscreen, such as when cooking or driving a car. Simply unlock the phone to use it with ease. The second big change is the 3D interface. Here, we focused on taking an evolutionary step forward in how people interact with their phones. We are all familiar with waking our devices and using touch to control applications. However, you can do these things more easily when you add time-of-flight technology into the equation. We named our new way of interaction Air Motion. You can wake the phone, adjust the volume, or take screenshots without even having to touch the screen or a button. We think that this adds depth and interest in the way that you communicate with your phone. Oh, Sam. Hey, Sam. Sam is our excellent demo guy and is ready for some unlocking action to show how convenient it is to unlock the V50 ThinQ as well as using air motion gestures. So please, take it away, Sam. Unlock the phone. So let's try that once again. Please unlock the phone, lock it again. Yeah, so let's lock it again, and we just unlock it again here quickly. Perfect. You see how quick and smooth that is. Amazing. So we're going to now show, on Sam's phone, there is a Z camera launcher UX that is tracking his movements to take action as soon as he moves his hands. So look at this. Sam, why don't you launch Google Maps? So with a quick swipe, he'd launch Google Maps just with a gesture, up in the air. Lau, why don't you take a screenshot to show where you are to your friends? So with a simple pinch of his fingers, he took a screenshot. You can do this in any application. Amazing things. So Sam, let's just launch the music player, for example. So here, launching the music player, you have an additional control to play and pause, so let's see. And with his fingers, his guitar, amazing. Not just that, look at his hand now, how he's twitching and using the volume bar. So his fingers are now a virtual volume knob. Also, please, could we launch the YouTube perhaps? So this also works with third-party applications. Let's have a look at YouTube. So here we can play and pause with YouTube videos. And not just that, also adjust the volume. And not just that, this also works in landscape. So you can turn the phone around and the gestures will also work in landscape. Let's take it away with a video. Take a look at that. Looks great. I would just like to say you can use this perfect for cooking when you cannot use, your hands are filled with food or something. Perfect for that usage and other scenarios. Thank you very much, Sam. Thanks for that. Good job. All right. The Z camera on the G8 ThinQ uses depth to also let you take better pictures, whether it's a portrait, selfie, landscape, or anything else. It recognizes the distance in between the subject and itself and represents the depth according to the distance in each individual shot, giving photos more depth and more life. And utilizing depth information from the phone's rear lenses, it is now possible to create background blurring effects when recording videos. So, do you know how meaningful this is that the lens can recognize the depth and distance when taking photos or videos? This is a significant technological advancement. Previously, all cameras have captured images by recognizing subjects in 2 dimensions. That's why the distance in between lens and subject has never been important. But unlike the conventional way to distinguish only an object and a background, Z camera can calculate the distance down to the millimeter and adjust the depth in up to 256 steps. And finally, we created a complete multimedia system that includes stellar sounds for enhanced user experiences. In addition to the OLED full vision display and stereo speakers, Sound on Display, which uses the whole screen as a speaker, is now available on G8 ThinQ. LG has equipped the G8 ThinQ with audiophile pleasing technologies, including its own beloved Boombox Speaker. Lauded by experts and consumers alike, LG's Boombox Speaker generates powerful bass and impressive volume, enabling users to take the party wherever they go. Apart from the Boombox, we have implemented DTS:X and a 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC, continuing our growing legacy of amplifying audio sound quality. And we will stay true to our audio legacy by keeping the 3.5mm headphone jack. So let's have a short review of what we just talked about. The LG G8 ThinQ in several variants to meet local needs in different markets. So we will have a triple rear camera version, a dual rear camera version, and local versions with a unique design such as G8S ThinQ, as well as specific operator variants. So, here you have it, an introduction to LG G8 ThinQ, designed and engineered to make the user experience fresh. We are certain that it will add depth to your mobile life, delivering something completely new, and as a reminder that at LG we will keep pursuing insightful innovation for a better life. To find out more about V50 ThinQ 5G and G8 ThinQ, please visit our demo zone in the very back and check out our website. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Thank you very much.